It's one of the biggest issues in the federal election, climate change, which is why environmentalist David Suzuki and fellow activist Stephen Lewis are embarking on their first ever Climate First tour. Their focus is on the youth.
I think that young people have to go to the meetings where candidates are saying, vote for me, and they have to say, what are you doing about climate? Is climate your number one issue? Because if it's not, we're not going to vote for you.
The main issue right now for me is climate change. It's just like it's something that's happening right now, and it's something that's going to last a while unless we do something soon.
Why are you so passionate about the climate?
I think it's something that's going to last my whole future, and it's, like I said, we don't have a lot of time to change something, so this is the election where we have to do that.
It's a nonpartisan tour in the lead up to next month's federal election. The goal is to get young people involved, voting, and passionate about the climate. When I asked Suzuki and Lewis which leader is a front runner when it comes to environmental concerns, they remain neutral.
I know automatically where they're spread on the spectrum, but that's not of interest to me. I don't care whether you elect a conservative, a liberal, an ND, or what, if they're not saying, yes, I'm going to work on climate change. You see, I think if we don't have a government elected where they say we're all coming together because this is an issue that is no longer political, we've all got to work together as a government to deal with this massive problem.
It can't be just a one-person thing, like it can't be one person doing something about it.
So what would you say are the major issues when it comes to climate change in Canada?
Getting rid of carbon. You've got to get rid of the carbon emissions. And there's actually a platform being provided for us by the International Panel on Climate Change, which says you've got 11 years left, you've got to cut it in half by 2030, you've got to get rid of it by 2050, you have to move to a renewable economy. So the political parties have the platform set out for them by international scientists whose words are absolutely reliable.
What are each one of you doing for the environment on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I got a car, but I don't drive it.
Using reusable water bottles. Reusable straws, kind of just encouraging some more like recycling initiatives, especially around our university.
I'm making sure not to use plastic bags and to use reusable ones if I can.
If we don't act now, the future that lies ahead for our young people is very, very uncertain.
The tour starts here on Saturday, September 14th at U of T's Convocation Hall and wraps up in Winnipeg on October 4th. Maleeha Sheikh, City News, Toronto.